Hello. To continue, this is Slomo. You've just heard my friend give a testimony to the problem that I am having here, providing sufficient protection from the assassins that have been sent in from Hillary, even though she's in an iron lung of some type, I understand. Nevertheless, this is a serious situation. I have had to bring into my services that man who you just heard give a testimony. He is an extraordinary chap that knows every single martial art and killing method that has ever been known to man, anywhere, anytime. He is the most proficient with every kind of jiu-jitsu, judo, you name it. This MMA is nothing for him. Anyway, I had to hire him. He's first top tier, and I have put him in charge of the entire operation here, which has no less than 500 professionals working for me at this time, 24/7, up and down the boardwalk. And unfortunately, as you know, it's not altogether secure, because Hillary was clever enough, before they placed her in the iron lung, she was clever enough to use some of Bill's money that had been divvied out to him. If something went wrong with her, if she was in jail overnight for a lifetime or whatever. Anyway, it was all illegal stuff. Hey, doggy. So Hillary did all that, and you know, she lost the election. Well, she lost it because of the snake parable, and of course there were other factors, but the snake parable did turn those Democrats who have very little brains or reasonable thought. There were so many of them on the dole that they still they were able to scratch together about 30% of the entire vote. And of course that was the complete idiots, the brain dead and so on, to justify this thing of equality, which was somehow or another written into the whole thing, you know. So, well, that's history. Trump lasted 2 days. They put him in a dungeon in chains down under the White House. That's when Slomo realized that his own life might be in danger, because so many people had been killed after all. He thought to himself that he was going to be dead anyway, but they might torture him. Some of these people, they were left out in the desert in the most mangled condition, of course, dead. But anyway, he was willing to risk this because he was going to die anyway. He was a religious man. He believed in Jesus Christ and the whole thing. So basically, he was not frightened of death. He was a deplorable, irredeemable predator, as you might call him. But he had some other predators who called themselves the deplorable predators, and they were in the Apache National Forest, collecting together what ammunition that they had able to scurry away with before her troops, UN troops of course, began to lock the whole place down. What a ridiculous thing that turned out to be. The Marines were told to stay in the barracks, and that is where they are now. Some people say that they're negotiating with Slomo secretly, but Slomo's just continued to skate up and down here. Nobody's seen him negotiating with anybody. He's just a happy man, like he always is. That's the way we want him to stay. We don't want him to be the result of some sort of assassination attempt by gun, arrow, poison, or fake suicide, or strangulation, which is one of their favorite methods, unfortunately, or shot in the back, which is quite frequently done, or in the side of the head. He's not at all favorable to that type of thing, although he knows that, like all men, he must go into the next realm. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Go forth and have thyself a wonderful life and be blessed by providence. Yes, indeed. And that's the way it was in those days, before they put Trump in the dungeon, which they say he's still alive. They're probably torturing him. But anyway, Hillary's on an iron lung, so the whole thing is kind of at an impasse, except the globalists are in charge and they have locked down the country. Alex Jones is in hiding I have heard, as Slomo, that Alex Jones has been trying to contact me or to find out just how much the militia is prepared to do the initial strike and when that strike would come. It was quite an interesting, intriguing proposition. Unfortunately, the globalists, they were a bunch of pansies. None of them had ever done any heavy work. Slomo had lived and worked in the Apache National Forest. He knew Black Mountain like the back of his hand. He had slept with the rattlesnakes.